If coveting is a sin, one team here might need to ask for forgiveness, sitting just outside the rankings and wanting what their opponent today has, a spot in the top 25. Welcome to the home of the Tulane Green Wave, Human Stadium in New Orleans, Louisiana. As we see a squad from the Big 12, the Arizona State Sun Devils, taking on one of the top 5 teams in the conference, the Tulane Green Wave. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. Tulane will kick it off to get this game underway. That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. Bunch formation for these receivers. Off play action on first down. Working that left side now. And he'll have to check his fillings after that lick, but he did get the first down. And the Sun Devils want to crank the tempo. Looking to throw, it's Duggar. Got it behind the line. It's Udo. And that did. Work. Defense smelled that one out from the beginning.
Well, they try to spit it out to the running back on the perimeter of the field. You saw the speed and recognition by the defense, though, how quickly they were able to get to the back and get him down for a big loss.
The Sun Devils with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Pass is incomplete, and by this stage of his career, you'd think a junior quarterback might take a little better care of the football.
I think for the quarterback, he's going to have to be so good with his eyes in this game. You're going up against one of the best defenses in the country. You've got to look guys off, especially when you're trying to throw to your primary target like he was on that last one.
Lets it slip right through his hands, and it'll be 4th down after the rare drop from this dude. And the Sun Devils line up to punt it away. Looks as if they might have a little something going on that drive, but they'll have to kick it. And they'll get him down after the return at the 27-yard line. On the set. Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game. So the penalty will not be enforced. The defense declines and stands on the result of the play. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Looking to throw on first down. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't make the connection. Let's take a minute and think about Tulane. Big moment in recruiting last week. 4-star defensive back gives a verbal commitment. David, what's his adjustment going to be like?
Obviously, the adjustment of speed is a big deal, but that's why you go get a 4-star guy like this. I mean, he's got speed. You play so many DBs at one time. This is a position I feel like you can transition to college really well. The expectations for him are going to be high.
I like the slot receiver because he gives his quarterback a good option working the middle of the field. He's a nice weapon in this offense.
To the air on first down. Gets it out quickly. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2. They'll keep it on the ground. Looks as if that'll be enough for a Tulane first down.
Well, it's not a home run, but it's just enough by the running back to move the chains.
This Tulane offense has a great drive going. They'll ride the hot hand. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Rushes on him. On the move, he fires. Just too much juice on that one as he airmails his receiver out of bounds.
You know, it's a good decision by the QB because his intended target wasn't open, so throw it out of bounds, and you can live to play another day here on this drive.
Tulane comes to the line. Lots of work to do on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Using his legs to buy some time. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and fourth down's coming.
And the QB leaves the pocket and he scrambles out and he goes to his right. And I love how he keeps his eyes down the field, trying to make a play, trying to throw the football, but the relentless chase, I love it. Getting to the quarterback. He throws an inaccurate pass because he gets whacked as he throws the football. Nice job chasing by the defense.
Arizona State is going back on offense, and they come out looking for a spark. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it.
I think they got to be more physical, David. I think up front they got to do a better job getting blocks and establishing this running game.
And how easy.
Breaks into the open on the left. Pass to 10. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Arizona State!
Man, how hard is it to defend when you have a weapon like this at running back that can play wide receiver? You can design ways to get the football in his hand. Palmer, once you get it in his hands, he'll do the rest.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, and oftentimes those are easier throws for quarterbacks. And these running backs, they're just naturally so good when they have the football out in space. Their vision, their creativity, their ability to make people miss. And this guy showed you right there, a difficult guy to stop now if you're this defense moving forward.
And the extra point was good to finish things off. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. The returner will field it and try to set up his offense in great field position. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. The Tulane offense headed back onto the field. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. Coming out on first down with the play fake. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15.
The defense just simply not fooled by the play action. Oftentimes as an offense, you're hoping the run fake's going to slow down those pass rushers, but man, oh man, they had their ears pinned back.
The Green Wave put itself in a mess behind the sticks here on second down. Gets the back moving. Going to sling it on second down. Unloads to the wideout. Working that left side. Works his way to the 41, and that is plenty to give him a first down.
Man, if I'm a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
Looking downfield on first down. Showing the arm strength to the left. And they couldn't make the connection on the long shot.
Looked to me on that deep ball like he was forcing it a little bit. You got to be careful as a quarterback. You're not trying to outduel the other guy who just threw a touchdown pass. You're just trying to win the game. So just execute the plays. The ball goes to who it's designed to go to. If that means you got to turn around and hand it off, then that's what you got to do. But I think on that last deep ball, QB forcing it a little bit.
How about the zip this junior put on that ball to pick up the first down?
Yeah, I don't know defensively if you want to keep giving this guy that much cushion, because when he gets the ball in space, he's able to shake all these defenders and turns a 5-yard completion into a first down.
This Tulane offense has a great drive going. They'll go to the ground. Breaks into the open.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on first down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
Tulane to the line, facing second and short. To the ground with the back. Fights off the defender. Stop is made at the 35-yard line, a 5-yard gain there, and it's a first down.
Well, the offense didn't have the result they wanted on that first drive, having to punt, but they're having a lot more success here on the second drive. They're having some balance, and they're getting a rhythm. I think a big part of that is their ability to run the football. Very, very important to them, and doing a nice job on that last play, picking up the first down.
Motion from the wideout. Try to get it to the edge. And after the stop, that is going to put a bow on this first quarter. That's the end of the quarter, and Arizona State has the lead. Guys, let's have a look at the stats as we've played one period. Heading in the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the second. Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. When they've got him looking run, now to pass. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first.
I love the job by the receiver there on the curl route against zone coverage, because he finds the soft spot, but he also does a nice job coming back to the football, and it's not easy. When your quarterback's got a cannon like this guy does, and he's throwing a bullet at you, there's a lot of guys that would be hesitant and they would want to wait for the ball. Not this guy. He went and attacked it and secured the catch.
Right on the money with that throw. The defense was there, but they are in the red zone with a first down at the 12.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on third down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
Toss sweep to the right. He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels.
The best offenses are the ones that can run the football in the red zone when the defense knows it's coming. It's hard to throw the ball down in this area of the field. They go with the toss play, and they pick up a big gain.
Back to pass. Almost a D lineman's dream, but he couldn't hang on. It'll be third down.
Ooh, quarterback lucky that one wasn't picked. You got to be really careful down here in the red zone because these windows are small and defenders close on the ball. That one should have been an INT.
Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can pick up a first down without scoring. Third down. Toss to the outside. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Green Wave. They just took the air out of that thing. That might be an understatement. They took the ball away and just wore down, just grinded away at that defense.
And took a lot of time off the clock in the process as well. I'm impressed with the physicality up front of this offense because that's where it all starts. If you're going to march the ball down the field like they just did, you've got to be dominating in the trenches, and they are doing that in this game right now.
And the extra point is good. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. Arizona State has the ball back in the offense, making its way onto the field. They torched this defense with an explosive passing play for a score. There he goes! Made a defender miss. They got him free for a big gainer to the 43.
And busting big runs like this, we always talk about the running backs, but it's the big boys up front paving their lanes, those receivers gluing on those DBs that make these plays really go for big yardage.
And how about those receivers? Not just the glamour of catching passes, but doing some dirty work too.
No doubt. When they get on those guys in the second level and get on those DBs, that's when you break those big, long runs.
Good, solid pickup there. Now they can start to smell it with a first down at the 31.
You ain't getting by all these guys right up the middle unless your offensive line and your tight ends and everybody is putting in the work up front, committing to blocking. The running back does a great job finding the hole, exploding through. How about that nice, big, huge gain? If I'm the OC, let's call that one again.
The Sun Devils headed quickly to the line.
And that wasn't a big gain, but look at the offense. Right back on the ball, ready to call a play, ready to go fast.
Dropping back, it's Levin. Makes the grab. He gets across the 20 and finally out of bounds at the 19 there in the red zone.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
Tough, determined run gets it down to the 12.
Yeah, and a great job by the offensive line, seeing the blitz, picking it up, and then it's on the running back. Running back finds a hole, gets a little bit of a crease, makes a nice run out.
And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
Hey, man, if you're going to force incompletions when the QB's thrown to the tight end, you better be physical. Nice job with the hit, forcing that incompletion.
And the Sun Devils come to the line on 3rd and short, hoping to keep the drive alive. They'll stick to the ground, looking for the marker. And he gets it inside the 10-yard line. They'll mark it at the 9, where it'll be 1st and goal.
Well, this offense is sending a little bit of a message here. Of course, we know how much they've struggled on 3rd down all season long. They're just never able to seem to get into a rhythm. But after that last running play moving the sticks, you just wonder what that does for their confidence.
The Sun Devils are threatening on 1st and goal. He'll set up to throw. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Sun Devils! Fired in from the red zone for the score.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now on game day.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he's not going to take a knee. Here he comes. Not nearly as much as he had hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Sends it back in motion. Looking to throw on 1st down. Fires to the big fella. And gang tackling on this dude is a good idea. They needed it, but he still got the 1st down. Now on 1st down from the 28. He might want another play. Wants to throw on 1st down. Got it in the middle. It's fired. And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line.
Offenses love the explosive plays through the air, pushing the ball down the field. And look at this. Sometimes it creates some momentum, and you want to capitalize. So you go get on the ball and get ready to run some no-huddle.
He fires one deep down the right side.
Man, that's a tough play to make. When you're that far down the field and you're trying to control your body and run as you're laying out, that's a really great effort, really good concentration, and that is how you make your quarterback look really good.
Good hands in there by the defense to force the incompletion.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. He wants to throw it again. Quickly complete. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line. They'll hurry to the line here to try to get off that third down play. From the gun, wants to pass. He's got it on the run. And he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, Green Wave.
Man, that is picture-perfect execution by this offense. That is how you close a half. Chewing up some time, getting in the end zone, a chance to tie this up and feel really good about yourself going into halftime.
Here's the snap, looking to throw. Sweet grab in the end zone for the 2.
And no bones about it for this offense. 5 wide receivers. Find the space, find the matchup. He identified it. Nice 2-point conversion play.
Looking for those open spaces and opportunity. Continues to fight for yards. And good work by the coverage team to knock down the return man. They'll get a chance to work on that hurry-up offense here in the final minute of the first half. Wide receiver going in motion. To the air, it's Levitt. Catch in the middle, it's Udo. And he gets it to the 44-yard line. It'll be a first down. And the Sun Devils moving quickly to the line. Wants to go up top on first down. Snagged out of the air. On the move at the 30. Ripping off a huge chunk of yardage, and he's got it just outside the 10 at the 11. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. They've got this defense reeling after that last play. Now it's 1st and 10 inside the 15. Motion from the wide receiver. Hand off from the shotgun. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona State!
These close games a lot of times come down to who executes late in the ball game. That was a late game situation. Nice execution, and now they got the lead going into the half, and they have all the momentum.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And he splits the uprights on the extra point. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And it was punctuated by an 11-yard run for the score. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. Might be calling a hot route. Looking to throw on first down. Fires to the wideout. And he dropped it. It looked for all the world like that would be a catch, and he just got too excited.
Ooh, there's an example, Jesse, of a receiver making his quarterback look bad. Most of the time, they make it look good and cover up for him. All those balls y'all don't throw online, but oof, that would hit him in a pretty good spot. He needs to come down with it.
He's picked off, and he's thrown a dozen of them. And they get the takeaway and prevent points from going up just before the end of the half.
And I like the aggressiveness. I understand you're down, right before the half. You want to go get some points, but you can't turn the football over here. Now you've set the other team up in a position to maybe get more points as the first half's winding down.
They'll run it from the gun. This time he doesn't get loose, and finally the defense gets him bottled up behind the line. The offense will stop the clock and use one of its timeouts. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Back to pass, it's Levitt. Unloads it left. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Got room on the return. The 20. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Tulane. How about this defense taking one back to the house? It is one thing to come up with the interception. No, don't stop there. Turn it into a score.
Make a big play and don't be content. That's right. Go out and make an even bigger play, and he does it. He makes the pick and then takes it all the way back to the house. Looked like a wide receiver, for goodness sakes. Turn it on the Jets, making the big play.
That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. The Sun Devils will kick it away first, and we'll start the second half. And he's not going to take the touchback. Stopped at the 29, but found a little running room after coming out of the end zone. Tulane has it back in the offense, coming out to go on the attack. They had this lead to start the third quarter because of the passing game. Didn't get a lot done on the ground.
They did, but the quarterback is in a rhythm. That was obvious in the first half. And so this first drive
makes the grab down the left side. They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the first down.
This offense not wasting any time. First play of the third quarter, and they're aggressive, taking a shot. You know they had some conversations in the locker room at halftime. How can we get a big one right out of the gate? Defense isn't going to be expecting it. They took the shot, they hit it, and this offense is hungry.
Fires to the right. He's got it.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. This offense had so much success in that first half, so in the third quarter, they come out, and the quarterback looks like he's still dealing. This has been a really nice drive. That was a really nice throw. Just keep doing what you're doing if you're on offense.
Might be changing the route. They'll go to the toss. Timeout called here by the defense. It's their first of the half. The Green Wave put itself in a mess behind the sticks here on second down. Looking to fire. Makes the grab on the left. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line. The Green Wave lining up, facing third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Lets it fly. It's picked off. 13th time he's done that this year. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back.
Some defensive backs just have a way of finding the football, and he's starting to develop that. His third interception on the season, just has a good feel for playing that spot in the back end.
Arizona State is going back on offense, and they come out looking for a spark. Gonna run it. It's Udo. Runs through a tackle. Really nice gain. Gets it out across the 20. It'll be a first down at the 22.
And what a run. When you're an offensive coordinator and you're backed up, you're just trying to create some space to get out of your own end zone, and it's always a nice bonus when you pop one and create some serious space for your offense and some momentum going forward.
Got his man on the right. And he was off to the races, and he gets it to the 45.
Well, you can see the effect that last run play had on the defense. They had a really good-looking run, and all of a sudden they come back with play action. Everybody bites. They play downhill, and it opens up a guy up top for the offense. Really nice job setting up that shot play to get an explosive one through the air.
Hard running there.
Defense, man, you got to go low, and you got to chop that tree down, right? Go with the legs. Take the legs out from underneath them so he can't continue to churn those puppies out and get extra yards after contact like he did there.
They'll give it to the back. Using that running game to bludgeon forward. He's got 4 down to the 35.
And those plays from a defensive perspective, man, they're just super annoying because now I'm in the worst spot ever, third and manageable. Like, I don't know if you're passing, don't know if you're running, so nice job by this offense keeping this defense off balance and creating a third down opportunity that's in their favor.
Now they're really starting to threaten as they pick up the first down at the 34-yard line. And the Sun Devils come to the line with a new set of downs. The give to the running back from the shotgun. Tackle is made at the 30-yard line after he picked up 4.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
They'll give him 1 to the 28-yard line. The Sun Devils come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep this drive moving. Trying play action. Caught near the sticks. It's Udo. Picks up enough to give them 1st and 10 from the 13.
It's hard right now on defense. You got the lead, and you're not expecting the opponent to run it as much as they've been doing on this drive. So run, and now you're wanting to be aggressive, and you're wanting to play downhill. And on that 3rd down, you see the play fake. You're expecting it again, and they throw it over your head. Right now, this defense, they're on their heels a little bit.
They've marched to the red zone, and here they go. Caught in the backfield, it's Udo. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone, is still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down. Looking for a man, it's Levitt. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. No sirree, not this time. The defense was there and ready for that one.
Well, the defense sniffed that screen out perfectly. All the D linemen, they were reading the body language of the offensive line. They knew something was up, and when the screen pass got thrown, they were right there to make the tackle.
On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Udo. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks. We've reached a break, and it's Tulane on top. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. When you're dealing with a deficit like this, it's all about somebody stepping up to make a play, and you might as well start here in the 4th quarter. So here we are on 4th down, and this field goal kicker is going to face all the pressure in the world. Right down the boulevard, it's good. And they go back on top. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
ACC action, fellas, and all week there's been intrigue about this one. Duke has opened up a can right now, and based on what we've seen, I'm not sure anything is going to change. They're up by 19 over Virginia. Any big changes in this ACC clash? We've got you covered with the best studio team in the business, gentlemen.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. The Tulane offense headed back onto the field. Things had not gone the way they had planned, but maybe an opportunity to salvage this bumpy ride so far and avoid the upset. A little too anxious along that offensive line. That'll be a false start. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. The snap sets up the throw. Can't make the catch. It's incomplete, and that drop might have cost him a big play on first down.
And this is going to fall on the quarterback's shoulders here in the fourth quarter. You're trailing. It's a close game. You are going to have to complete some balls. You're going to have to make some big-time throws in small windows under duress if you're going to bring your team back and will them to victory. Incomplete there, obviously, but expect them to continue to throw it. This quarterback better dial in.
The defense uses their second timeout of the half as they try to get their act together. Here comes the offense on second down. Running back searching for a hole. Turning it on! Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38.
Man, who says you can't run up the middle anymore, right? Everybody thinks, I got to make big plays. I got to go way out to the left, way out to the right, way out in space. Nope, right down the middle, nice blocking. How about the running back? You could tell the speed, the wheels, does a great job getting down the field, making a huge rushing play.
Plucks it out of the air. He stopped at the 48, a pickup of 10 on the play.
Well, you're seeing the balance this offense has and how they can create explosive plays in a variety of ways. We just saw one come in the run game, and now you see one coming in the passing game. I'll tell you, they've got this defense on their heels.
To the air on first down. Gets rid of it. Receiver wasn't ready for the throw, incomplete. Backed up now, here's second and long. Handoff from the gun. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
And on that play on the RPO, they had the look they wanted, but up front, they just could not get the job done. You see linemen losing their one-on-one battles. There was nowhere for that running back to go.
On third and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Tight coverage and an incomplete pass. The defense knocks it away and forces a fourth down.
I want to give a shout out to the defense there on third down, doing a really nice job disguising their coverage because it looked like they confused the quarterback on third down. Really nice job getting back into that zone and making sure that ball falls incomplete.
They booted away on fourth down. And no chance for the return man to get his hands on that one as it hops out of bounds. Arizona State has the ball back and the offense making its way onto the field. David, they couldn't pay off that last drive with a touchdown.
Now, they moved the ball down the field and executed like they wanted to until they stalled out and had to settle for a field goal.
I think if you want to take the next step, too, here and score a touchdown, you got to start finding more creative ways to get your best players the ball. Let's see if they can do that here.
Late in football games, I have a plan. I want to run the football. I want to put my quarterback in great situations if I do throw it. Low risk, keep that clock moving, get a few first downs. And if I get a few first downs with that clock moving, I get the W and get out of here.
The handoff, keep working on that clock. At the 35, he's got room. He's loose. The 20. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Sun Devils. He found some open space and turned on the Jets.
Man, this guy is such a weapon because he's so dangerous if he gets into the second level. Great vision, and then David shows you the speed.
Just straight wheels, erasing angles. A lot of times when you're chasing guys that are so fast like this, you're like, I got him, I got him. No, I do not. What a big, long touchdown run. Pad those stats, young fella.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it out. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Tulane has it back in the offense, coming out to go on the attack. Not the day they had hoped to have, but when you are a ranked team, you are going to get everyone's best shot, and now let's see if they can pull this one out. First play of the drive, wants to throw. And he is finding wide open defenders all over the field. His third interception of the day.
It doesn't get any better for your defense. You know exactly the situation in the fourth quarter. Everything in your favor. Don't let them make big plays. How about you make a big play? Nice job getting the interception. It's not icing on the cake yet, but it's getting pretty close.
Lets it fly deep downfield. Almost intercepted. They took a shot on first down and just about turned the thing over.
Man, is that the opportunity they needed. That is exactly what this defense needed. They need to swing momentum. They needed to get the ball back to their offense if they wanted to win this football game. Just such a huge missed opportunity.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
They've got to come up with a big play on this third and long. Scanning the field, it's Levin. Caught behind the line. It's Udo. He'll get it down to the 31, and that's where he goes out of bounds.
A nice job of awareness on defense there on that third down. You know, you're expecting the offense to throw the football, but it's not just going to be receivers or tight ends you got to worry about. You got to keep your eye on where that running back is. They knew exactly where he would be, and they were able to make the tackle setting up fourth.
And the Sun Devils decide to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. They kick it away on fourth down. And the punt team able to sling him to the ground. The Tulane offense headed back onto the field. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback turn the page is just find him an easy completion here and let him get back into a rhythm.
Yeah, or find him an easy handoff. Just hand the football off, maybe get the ground game going, maybe jumpstart this offense a little bit.
Now, I understand the sense of urgency for the offense now because you're trailing here by a lot in the fourth quarter, and you're just trying to take a shot to see if you can get on the board and get some of this momentum back. But the problem is the defense understands that, so they're playing coverage, and they're doing a good job on the back end. Nice job forcing the incompletion.
He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short. They turn to the passing game on third and short. Oh, he's got some space. Into enemy territory and out of bounds at the 41 after the good game there.
And this offense has got to keep pumping it out. Nice job. You get the first down. Nice scramble by this QB, but you're going to put the ball in his hands over and over and over again. You've got to score multiple times. This offense has got to be in.
Oh, he wants it all. And incomplete on the deep ball. This quarterback desperately wants to make a chunk play, but they're going to be deepest the deepest, widest the widest. He's got to be patient.
No doubt. Situational football is probably one of the most underrated, untalked about things, like understanding the situation. I have the lead. They have to take shots down the field. I'm going to play pass. I got to rush the passer. I got to keep him in the pocket. All those things come into play throughout this game.
They'll move the wide receiver. They'll run the toss. Got the first down. Looking for more. Goes out of bounds, but not before he gets it to the edge of the red zone right at the 20.
Yeah, I tell you what, I'm always keeping track as a defensive coordinator of where they're running the football. You can see they ran it to the right. Do they like this matchup? Is the right side of their offensive line really good? I'm going to be paying attention to that because that's a big gain. I got to make sure.
Looking for the end zone. And it's caught for the late touchdown. So how about this? Maybe we are set up for a finish.
That is such a great job by the offense, putting together a touchdown drive when they needed it most. Not a lot of time left to go, but if their defense can get them the ball back, they've got an opportunity to kick a field goal and walk out of here with a win.
They'll go to the air. And he just overshot his man and threw it out of bounds, incomplete. They got the touchdown they needed. Now trailing by a field goal, they'll line up for the onside kick. They were ready for the onside kick and executed perfectly, and they secure the football. Arizona State is going back on offense, and they come out looking for a spark. Guys, you want to be productive here and not go breaks into the open. Quick step and go. The freshman brought down after bringing that one in. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. The Sun Devils just got that huge run. They love another explosive play. They'll run it to keep the clock moving. Pulled down after a nice run, and they're in the red zone at the 19. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Wide receiver comes in motion. Maybe some confusion on the snap count. It's going to be a false start. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Let's see what they've got on 2nd down. They'll move the tight end. He's stopped for no gain again. Back-to-back runs, and they have nothing to show for it except facing a 3rd and long. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. They run into a bit of trouble here. 3rd and long from the 25, and the last thing they want is to get knocked out of field goal range. And you want to know what impact home field advantage can have? There it is. The offense will walk it back. Coming to the line of scrimmage at the 30. It would be a long field goal, but they'd love to pick up a few here on 3rd and long. Looking downfield, it's Levitt. Throws for the tight end. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down.
I'll tell you what, I don't know if the offense was expecting man coverage that time. 3rd and long in field goal range, you're expecting it to be zone. Instead, they lock them up man-to-man, everybody on an island, everybody won. They get the incompletion, now setting up 4th.
And the Sun Devils will punt this one away. He makes the fair catch at his own 8-yard line, and that might have kept them from being backed up even further. We'll see what they can do on this drive as it starts at the 8. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Got it in the middle. It's Preston. That'll be good enough for a first down. They'll mark it at the 30. Sprinting to the line to try to get this one off. Clock's running. Looking downfield on first down. Makes the catch. It's McClure. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there.
Well, look, I know this guy is not the biggest running back in college football, but boy, is he dangerous, right? He's so shifty. He's hard to bring down. It's a good idea to get him going in the passing game. Put him out in space. Let's see what he can do.
Wants to go up top. Steps away to find some room. Quarterback gets past the marker. There he goes. Just gashing this defense. A big gainer to the 40-yard line. It's a first down. They'll stop the clock to reset the chains. Offense up tempo. Looking to throw on first down. Throws toward the end zone. And they weren't able to make the connection. They were looking for an explosive play.
And you absolutely expect those shots from this offense, and I love it. The defense was prepared. You got to know where the burners are. You know he can go, so you got to play that deep route. They play it great. Don't give up the big play. Stay deep, and don't let anyone get behind you.
Back to throw, and he needs to make a play. Fires on the move. Right on target this time. And he'll get out of bounds. It's a first down there in plus territory, and now threatening to get the score.
Where's the defense on that last play? It's a 2-minute situation. You've got the guy making the catch in the middle of the field. You've got to tackle him in bounds and keep this clock moving. Somehow they were able to let him get outside and stop the clock. That just can't happen.
Throws to the wideout. And it's incomplete, deflected, knocked away by the D.
This is such an interesting moment for the offensive coordinator because you're already in field goal range with an opportunity to tie this game and send it to OT, but you want to be aggressive and you believe in your own playmakers to step up, and that's why they're still being aggressive in throwing the football, but there's a huge risk component with that. You can't take sacks and you can't turn it over. What do you do here if you're on offense?
Unloads to the wideout. He's got it. And after the pickup, gets to the sidelines to stop the clock and keep this drive going as they try to save themselves late. And a touchdown here would not only give them the lead, but in the fourth quarter, that ramps up the pressure. Wants to pass. Wideout trying to get it in. Touchdown, Green Wave. And inside a minute to go, and they've got the lead.
Man, this game has been incredible to watch, and the offense comes through late in the game, takes the lead. What a clutch drive by this offense. Now, I'm looking at you, defense. You got the lead late in the game. I need you to go put this thing on ice and win it for me.
Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. It bounds through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Wants to throw. It's Levin. Fires to the middle. And he drops it. Just took his eye off of it at the last minute.
Well, the quarterback off target on that one. And in this 2-minute situation, you've got to be able to call and run passing plays that you feel like you can run in your sleep.
Got to get everybody lined up quickly. Time winding away, and they've got to push the ball down the field. Back to throw, and he's running out of time. Right on the money. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one. Timeout is called by the offense. 16 seconds left in the game. No time to waste here. They've got to get set and pick up chunk yardage. On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Fires to the tight end. And they'll stop him about 5 yards short of the first. Down a possession here in the fourth, and they'll need to convert on this fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Converts on fourth down. Still going. He'll work and weave his way all the way up to the 45 before going out of bounds. They've got to move quickly here. Still a chance, but they've got to force the ball down the field. Back to pass, it's Levin. Quarterback floating away from pressure. He's taking a deep shot. And it's incomplete, and the last chance comes up empty, and the ball game is over. It's one thing to execute early in the game. Tight ball game, right at the end, you need the clutch plays. These guys deliver.
And you can't teach that gene. You have people that can focus in the moment or they can't. Great job by the team staying